Welcome to the Learn Languages podcast. Today, we're going on a small journey, not to a hotel or an airport this time, but to a place we all visit sooner or later. The bank, think about it. Almost every adult needs to go to the bank. To open an account, to ask about money, to get a card, or sometimes to fix a problem. But for many English learners, going to the bank in another country can feel stressful. The words are new, the people speak fast, and you want to sound polite, but confident. Don't worry. In today's episode, I'll take you through that experience, step by step. You'll follow Daniel, a young man who just moved to another country for work. He's still learning English, and he wants to do everything correctly. It's Monday morning. The sun is shining, and Daniel is standing outside a modern glass building with a big blue sign that says, "Welcome to Citibank." He takes a deep breath in his hand. He's holding a small folder with all his documents, his passport, his proof of address, and a letter from his employer. He checks everything twice. His palms are a little sweaty. He's nervous, but he smiles and whispers to himself, "Okay, I can do this." He opens the door and walks inside. The room is bright and quiet. The floor is shiny, the air smells like new paper and coffee, and the sound of keyboards and soft music fills the background. Daniel looks around. A few people are sitting on comfortable chairs. Some are filling out forms, and a lady behind the counter smiles at him and says, "Good morning. How can I help you today?" And this is where our story begins. In the next few minutes, you'll learn how to open a bank account, how to ask polite questions about a loan, and how to solve a small problem with your card, all through real, natural English. So find a quiet place, relax, and let's start the story together. English at the bank. It's a bright Monday morning. The city is just waking up. Cars pass slowly. People walk to work with coffee in their hands, and the sky is clear and blue. Daniel walks along the sidewalk, holding a small folder under his arm. Inside, he has everything he needs: his passport, a proof of address, and a letter from his company. He's ready, but deep inside, he feels a little nervous. It's his first time opening a bank account in a new country, and he's worried about saying something wrong in English. He practiced some sentences the night before. "Good morning. I'd like to open a new bank account, please." He repeats it quietly to himself as he walks. After a few minutes, he reaches the bank, a tall glass building with silver doors and a big blue sign that says, "Welcome to Citibank." The moment he steps inside, everything feels calm. The floor is shiny, the air is cool, and there's soft music playing in the background. A few people are standing in line. Others are sitting, filling out forms. Waiting patiently, Daniel takes a small ticket from the machine. The screen shows, "Number 42. Please wait." He sits down and looks around. A woman in a business suit is talking quietly to an employee. An old man is reading a brochure about savings accounts. A young couple is smiling as they sign some documents. Daniel opens his folder one more time, double-checking that everything is in order. He takes a deep breath and smiles nervously. A few minutes later, the screen beeps. "Now serving number 42. Daniel stands up and walks to the counter. The lady behind the desk greets him with a warm smile. "Good morning. How can I help you today?" she says. Daniel replies politely, just like he practiced. "Good morning, I'd like to open a new bank account, please." The lady nods kindly. "Of course, Do you already have an account with us? No, not yet, Daniel answers. I just moved here. Wonderful, she says, still smiling. Then we'll get you started. May I see your ID and your proof of address? Daniel slides his documents across the counter. Here you go. She checks them carefully, types on her computer, and explains everything in a calm, clear voice. You can choose between a checking account and a savings account, she says. A checking account is for daily use. You'll receive a debit card and can use it for your bills, your salary, and your everyday payments. She pauses for a moment and continues. A savings account is different. It's for keeping money and earning interest over time. Daniel listens carefully. The words checking and savings sound familiar. He remembers reading about them online. He repeats softly, checking, savings. After a short moment of thought, he says, I think I'll start with a checking account, please. Perfect choice, she replies. I'll just need your signature here and here. Daniel signs the papers slowly, reading each line, making sure he understands. That's it, the lady says kindly. Your account is now active. You'll receive your debit card in a few days, but here's your temporary card for now. Daniel smiles with relief. Thank you. That was easier than I expected. You're welcome, she says, returning his folder. Welcome to Citibank. As Daniel leaves the counter, he walks past the same people who were waiting before. Some are still filling forms. Others are smiling at their new cards. He steps outside into the fresh air, feeling a mix of relief and pride. It's a small thing, maybe, but for him, it's a small victory. Another step toward building his new life in a new country. He looks at his folder one last time, then at the sky and whispers to himself, step by step, I'm getting there. A few weeks later, Daniel feels more comfortable in his new life. He's found a small apartment, started his new job, and even made a few friends. But every morning, when he walks to the bus stop in the rain or snow, he thinks the same thing. If only I had a car, life would be easier. One Saturday afternoon, Daniel sits at his kitchen table looking at a few ads online for used cars. There's one he really likes. Small, blue, and perfect for driving to work. The only problem is the price. He doesn't have enough money saved yet. After thinking for a moment, he remembers. Maybe the bank can help me. So the following Monday, he goes back to Citibank. This time, he feels more confident. The building no longer feels strange. He knows where the information desk is, and he greets the staff with a friendly smile. Hi, he says politely. I'd like to ask about a personal loan. The lady at the desk, a middle-aged advisor with kind eyes, smiles and gestures to a small office nearby. Of course. Please, have a seat. Daniel sits down across from her. The office is cozy, a soft lamp on the desk, a cup of coffee beside her computer, and a small plant in the corner. She opens a file on her screen and begins to explain, using clear, simple English. You can borrow up to $5,000, she says gently. We'll just need to check your income, your employment letter, and your credit score. Daniel listens carefully. He's still a little nervous, but the advisor's calm tone helps him relax. Don't worry, she adds with a reassuring smile. This is a very common process. Many clients take small loans for cars, studies, or even furniture. That's good to know, Daniel replies softly. I only need about $3,000. Perfect, she says, typing quickly. We'll just complete this short form together. Could you please tell me your monthly income? Daniel gives her the details. She asks a few more questions about his job and his expenses. Her tone is professional but kind. Never rushed, never cold. After a few minutes, she smiles again. All right, everything looks good. We'll review your application and contact you in 1 or 2 business days. Daniel feels relieved. Thank you so much, he says. This was my first time applying for a loan. You did great, she answers warmly. And if you're approved, the money will go directly into your account. He stands up, shakes her hand politely, and leaves the office. As he walks home, the cold air hits his face, but he feels light, hopeful. For the first time, he believes that maybe, just maybe, life is starting to get easier. 2 days later, Daniel is at his desk at work. His phone vibrates. New email. He opens it slowly. The subject line says, "Congratulations, your loan has been approved." Daniel can't help but smile. He leans back in his chair, takes a deep breath, and whispers to himself, "Wow, that was fast." For a moment, he looks out the window. The city feels different, warmer, friendlier. He realizes something simple but powerful. When you take small steps forward, the world starts opening up around you.
A few months pass. Winter has arrived. The mornings are cold and snow covers the streets like a white blanket. Daniel's life has become more stable. He goes to work every day, pays his bills, and even saves a little money every month. He finally feels like he belongs. One Friday afternoon, after finishing work, Daniel stops by the small ATM near his office. He wants to withdraw some cash to buy groceries on his way home. The street is quiet. He inserts his card into the machine, types his PIN, and waits. The cold air touches his face as the screen loads slowly. But then, a message appears. Transaction declined. Daniel frowns. That's strange. He tries again, carefully typing each number, but the same message flashes again on the screen. He checks his phone. His account still has money. He feels confused and a little worried. Maybe the machine is broken, he thinks. He takes his card back and decides to try again tomorrow. The next day, he goes to another ATM in front of a supermarket. The same thing happens. Transaction declined. This time, he sighs deeply. Something is definitely wrong. On Monday morning, Daniel visits Citibank again. The warm air inside feels good after the cold walk. The same friendly clerk is behind the counter, smiling as she greets him. Good morning. How can I help you today? Daniel smiles politely, though he still feels a bit nervous. Good morning, he says. My card didn't work this weekend. I tried twice, but I couldn't withdraw money. The clerk nods and types quickly on her keyboard. She checks his profile, clicks a few times, and then looks back at him with a calm expression. Ah, I see the problem, she says. Your card has expired. That's why it's not working. Daniel blinks, surprised. Oh, I didn't realize that. It's my first card here. I didn't know they expire. The clerk smiles gently. Yes, it happens to many people. Don't worry. We'll send you a replacement card in about 5 business days. You'll receive it by mail at your home address. Daniel feels relieved. Thank you. I was afraid something was wrong with my account. No, everything is fine, she reassures him. Once you get your new card, remember to activate it before using it at the ATM. Got it. Thank you for your help. You're welcome, sir. Have a great day. Daniel leaves the bank with a small smile. The air outside is cold, but his heart feels light. As he walks home, he thinks about how easy it was to solve the problem just by staying calm, explaining clearly, and listening carefully. A few days later, a white envelope arrives in his mailbox. Inside is his new card, shining and smooth. Daniel holds it in his hand for a moment before activating it. He can't help but smile. This small experience has taught him something important. Mistakes happen, but good communication can fix almost anything. He now knows how to speak to bank staff confidently, how to describe a problem politely, and how to stay calm when something unexpected happens. He puts the new card in his wallet and whispers to himself, "I think I'm really getting used to this life." Before we end today's episode, let's quickly review the most important vocabulary you heard in Daniel's story. All the essential words you need when you go to a bank in an English-speaking country. First, Daniel learned about checking accounts. The bank account you use every day to pay your bills, receive your salary, and use your debit card. He also learned about savings accounts, where you keep money for the future and earn a little extra money called interest. To open an account, the bank asked for his ID and his proof of address, documents that show who you are and where you live. Later, when Daniel wanted to buy a car, he learned the meaning of a loan, money you borrow from the bank and pay back over time. To decide if they could lend him the money, the advisor checked his income and his credit score, a number that shows how responsible you are with your money. She also told him that the decision would take 1 or 2 business days, which means only Monday to Friday, not weekends or holidays. A few months later, Daniel went to the ATM, the cash machine you use to withdraw money, and he discovered that his card had expired, which means the date was over and the card no longer worked. The bank helped him by sending a replacement card, a new card that arrives in the mail and takes the place of the old one. These are the key words: checking account, savings account, proof of address, debit card, interest, loan, income, credit score, business days, ATM, expired card, and replacement card. With these words, you can now speak with confidence at any bank, just like Daniel did. And little by little, your English will grow stronger, your confidence will grow too, and real-life situations will become easier every day. And that brings us to the end of today's story. I hope you enjoyed following Daniel through his real-life experience at the bank. Today, you didn't just listen to English, you lived English. You learned how to open an account, how to ask for a loan, how to solve a problem with a card, and how to use clear, confident language in everyday situations. Remember, the more you listen, the more natural English will feel. And every time you understand a little more, you're taking one more step toward confidence. Thank you for spending this time with me today and for learning with the Learn Languages podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe and come back for more stories, more vocabulary, and more real-life English you can use every day. Until next time, take care, keep practicing, and keep growing. See you in the next episode.